Cougar fans are here with head coach Chris Johnson of the successful USF men's basketball team, which moved to 7-2 and 3-1 now in NSIC with a thrilling comeback win again here at the Stewart Center. The Cougars win 66-65 as Mack Johnson knocks a three down with less than a second to go. Coach, wasn't a pretty game for your team tonight, but they found a way to win, and that is always reflective of a good basketball team, right?
Yeah, you know, I thought we played well defensively. I mean, we held them to 34%. We held them to 65 points. We didn't rebound great tonight, and that was a little bit disheartening. And then we just didn't shoot the ball very well. I mean, we missed a lot of easy shots and missed a lot of wide open looks. And but I'm really proud of our guys. We were down 6 with 50 seconds left in overtime and found a way to just kind of gut one out. And I do think that says a lot. Our guys really care about each other. They care about the right things. We might not have played great, but they found a way, and I'm proud of them for that.
They don't get down on themselves. They come back competitive. When they come back to the bench, you can see, you know, if the exasperation or pain, maybe from letting their teammates down a little bit, because they really then go back out there and really work hard, and they really do have a connection, don't they?
Yeah, and they probably stay more positive than Coach does at times. You know, I mean, tonight was kind of a frustrating deal at times, but like I said, their willingness to just stay together and keep grinding. You know, I've been doing this long enough to see teams get down 6 with 50 seconds left, and it can go the other way in a hurry. And we found a way to get a stop. Jordan Stotts banged down a three. I don't even remember what happened in between. But they go 1 for 2 at the line there with 12 seconds left. We drew up a play. Matt got a great look on the first one. He was wide open. Just back ironed it a little bit, and then Clint Thomas came out of nowhere and kind of tapped it to him. And he banged down a big shot with 0.9 seconds left, and that's what you need your really good offensive players to do, is to bail you out once in a while. You know, Jared Mays bailed us out the last game. Tonight it was probably more Jordan Stotts, but then Mack made the big play at the end.
Yeah, you had a number of guys that came up, but Jordan was hustling and going to the basket really hard. Even Daniel Hurd, I mean, he was big inside, and even while he was frustrating because he didn't hit as many shots as he normally does, he stepped out, hit a three, and he did hit some big shots for you. But that is reflective of the team. When you make a comeback from 13 down, when the wheels were spinning a little bit, it was I mean, down 13 points for the second game in a row. But maybe there's no magic on this floor.
Well, I hope so, but I also warned our guys after the game that you can't keep putting yourself in those positions, because your luck's going to run out eventually. But it's something we can draw from no matter what happens to us. You know, you don't always play great. You know, I know that fans and supporters and parents and coach always want us to play great. But that's not always going to happen. And when you can find a way to win when you're not playing at your best, I think that speaks volumes for what kind of kids we have.
Now, you guys are 7-2, really for the first time since that team of yours back in 09-10 finished 25-10, and I believe went to the national tournament at that time. This team is finding a way to win. That's got to be a pretty proud thing, the way they've started the season so far. Yeah,
you know, I mean, last year was hard, and I don't think any of that is carried over at all. And that was a concern of mine over the summer. I knew we were going to be better. I knew we had the right guys in the program to get back to where we wanted to be. But I also was a little worried about the residue. You know, just the negativity at times, just because we struggled down the stretch last year. But that hasn't been the case at all. And a lot of it is leadership. And you know, and it's a different guy. You know, Mack's our overall leader. Stotts is a leader of ours. Kibu's a leader. Tonight, the guy who grabbed a huddle and got after guys before I could even get to him was Clint Thomas. And he's been here for 2 months. But he's earned that right because he comes to work every day and he busts his tail. And guys respect him, so they listen to him. And I thought that kind of sparked us there late in the game. And, you know, if we're honest, we just did enough. But they found a way to do enough, and you got to give them credit for that.
You know, we had this story early on when we talked about Jonah Shuckaway. And he's on the bench every day. And you know, I got to believe that they draw inspiration off him every time they hit the floor, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, to see the kind of attitude and personality and intensity and fervor for life that he has, when we have it so much easier than he does. I mean, it can't help but remind you. and it's been great for us. I hope Jonah's getting half as much out of it as we are. But I know there's nothing better right now than coming into our locker room in the Stewart Center after a win and seeing his smile and him giving me 5, and then him giving me the list of things we needed to do better tonight. And you know, we're very fortunate to have Jonah and his family in our lives. That's for sure.
Tomorrow night you have a game with Mary. Quickly assess that game, and what's ahead of your team tomorrow night?
I don't know how they did tonight. I know they were 6-2 going into tonight. Very good basketball team, very veteran basketball team. I think they might be the most athletic team, probably in the North, and them and Mankato being the 2 most athletic teams in the league. And so we're going to have to find a way to get some rest tonight and come back ready to fight for 40 minutes, because that's a really good team that Coach Cattell is bringing down, and he's new, and he's brought some energy and some life to that program, and I expect it to be a dogfight tomorrow night as well.
Well, congratulations, Coach. As you always say, one game at a time. You got this one, now tomorrow. Anything else?
Nope. Just thanks for having me, and like I said, proud of our guys.
Fans, come out tomorrow night. Women's game starts at 4 o'clock. The men's game, which starts 2 hours earlier as normal on Saturday, is at 6 p.m. at the Stewart Center. You don't want to miss this team. They're a lot of fun right now, right, Coach?
Yes, thank you.
Mack, you guys came up with a big win in overtime. A come-from-behind win again. You defeated Minot State tonight. Talk about the performance of the team and how you have this resilience, it seems, out on the floor.
Yeah, I think resilience is a perfect way to put it. Put a lot of time in at the beginning of the summer, and coming into this year really worked on our team chemistry, and I think that's really showing in our in these last 2 games here and throughout the season so far, as we were down these last 2 games about 13 to 15 points, and just sticking together through the tough times and through the rough patches in these games, and just really sticking together to try and put these comebacks together.
You know, the comeback was a little bit remarkable in itself because of Minot State hit a big 3 with over a minute to go to jump ahead of you by 6, and then I think it's Jordan Stotts came down and hit a 3. And then you got within I think it was 1 point, and then they hit a free throw, and then you're down by 2 late, and you came down off a missed free throw. And tell us what happened at that point.
Well, out of the timeout, Coach Johnson had drew up a good play for us to run. We had a couple options out of it. I knew that he missed the first one, just trying to be aggressive coming off that play. Knew there was only about 12 seconds, so I had to get a look up quick. He's trailing the screen, so I put the first look up, and it's pretty fortunate to get a second one back. That doesn't happen very often, and just burying that one.
Clint Thomas made a remarkable play. He just kind of flicked it back out there. It was probably less than 3 seconds when he flicked it back to you, and then you just rose up and hit a shot. Is that a memorable shot for you? You can remember that?
I think it will be. Obviously, you got to give all the props to Clint as he made that. That's the play. Without that, that shot doesn't even get off. So,
congratulations. Good luck tomorrow night, Matt.
Thank you. Appreciate it.